Welcome, everyone, to the VGA podcast, where we talk all about video games, movies, TV shows, basically whatever we've been watching or playing this week. My name is Caleb, and the other half of the VGA podcast is Alex. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you.
Today, our show is going to revolve around the Hunger Games, and we both went and saw Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So we're going to be talking about that, reviewing it, discussing it. We also have a nerd pop quiz about the Hunger Games, the original, trilogy, quote unquote, the 4 movies or 3 books. And then we'll have a music quiz, which will just be the normal video game music quiz. And then we will also be discussing Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, the episode 3 that came out, and then Invincible Season 2, episodes 3 and 4. So that's kind of our agenda for this week. All right, well, let's get into the Nerd Pop Quiz Hunger Games edition. So same as normal, 2 points for a correct answer if you don't need the multiple choice, 1 point for a correct answer with the multiple choice. There is going to be one question that you're going to need the multiple choice right away, and if you get that one right, you'll just get 2 points for that.
Okay, cool. Let's see how I do. I started rewatching the first Hunger Games movie, so...
Okay. And this, I tried to pick questions that are both in the movie and the book. There may be some that are just in the book, but I think most of them are in both, so...
Okay.
All right. First question. What is the primary industry of District 12?
I believe that they are coal miners. Final answer?
Nice, yes. And it is mining. Yep. That's the one Katniss is from.
Yeah. Yep. Good thing I started rewatching that.
Yep, that helps.
I think I would have gotten that too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's a pretty big part of the story. Her dad dying in the mining accident and stuff, so.
Yeah.
What is the name of the annual event where tributes are chosen from each district to be sent to the Hunger Games?
Is it the Reaping? Final answer?
It is the Reaping. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep, I can see that rewatching that first one helped a lot. I wonder if it'll get harder as it gets further on in the
yeah, you might be able to tell when I haven't rewatched.
Yep. How do tributes know when someone dies in the arena?
Don't they announce it in the sky with lights or with the picture and stuff?
They do that later, but there's something earlier, right when someone dies, that happens. And that's what I'm going for.
Is it like fireworks or a... Yeah, I think it's like a firework or a... some sort... I'm going to say fireworks, final answer.
It's not fireworks, but that was one of the options. So either they don't know, cannon fire, or a flare.
Is it a cannon fire? See?
Yep, it is a cannon fire.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, they do also show, later on, the, pictures in which district they're from. So I'm tempted to give you 2 points for that, because they do technically show that. So I'll just give you 2 points for that one.
Okay. I promise you, I was thinking of cannon fire, too. I just couldn't think of the right word.
Yeah.
I know it was some sort of noise.
Yeah. What is President Snow's signature accessory?
A rose. Or roses.
Do you remember the color of the rose?
White.
Yep. Okay. I was going to give it to you either way, but good job. Yeah, you knew it was the white rose.
Yep. Oh, it's such a... I don't know why, but I always thought the all white was cool.
Yeah. Pretty iconic looking.
Yeah, with the tux and everything, too.
Yep. Which prominent capital resident was secretly a leader of the rebellion?
Ooh, so this is where I might start getting tripped up. Um, was secretly a leader of the rebellion. Oh man, give me the multiple choices.
Okay,
Don't
was
remember.
it President Snow, Seneca Crane, Cinna, or Plutarch Heavensbee?
Oh man, was it Cinna? I don't remember if it was. I don't. I remember Cinna being super nice to her and stuff. Was he? Oh man, I'm gonna get comments. This is so easy. Um, I'm going with either C or B. I'll say Cinna just because I remember. No, I'm gonna go with B. Seneca Crane.
Seneca Crane, final answer?
I'll answer.
It is not Seneca Crane, it is
Oh,
Plutarch Heavensbee.
Plutarch. Who was Plutarch again?
He's the one that was played by Philip Seymour Hoffman in the movie.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yep.
that's right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I knew I knew Cinna wasn't because
He
he was just nice.
Yeah, he was really nice to her, and I think he eventually gets like taken by the peacekeepers because they think he's helping her or something. They do something
Mhm.
to mess with Katniss by like
Yeah, that was in
taking
the
him
second one.
away. Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Yep. Cinna's cool.
Which I think is the best movie out of all of
Yeah, I would
them.
agree with that. Okay, who is the head game maker of the 74th annual Hunger Games? And this would be Katniss's first Hunger Game.
Oh, I just watched this. It is in the first Hunger Games
Yep.
or um his name Seneca Crane or whatever. Why did I think he was the yeah, I'm dumb. It all came back to me now because I've been watching the first one.
Yep, it
Oh
is
my god.
Seneca Crane.
Yeah. Dumb. Oh goodness.
It's hard to remember all the names. I get it.
Yeah, especially like I remember the main names, like Gita and everybody, but
Yeah. Okay, sticking with the head game maker. Who is the head game maker of the 75th annual Hunger Game, also known as a quarter quell? So this one
so
would be in
that
Catching Fire.
that one was Philip Seymour Hoffman. So that one is Plutarch Heavensbee. Final answer.
Nice. Yes, it was. Good
Okay, if I
job.
remember him. Yep. Now,
Yep.
now that you mentioned Philip Seymour Hoffman, I remember him.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they take Seneca Crane and kill him because two people survived or something, and that's why
Mhm.
Heavensbee becomes the game maker.
Yeah, hence why it was a stupid answer for me to say Seneca Crane. I'm not gonna let myself go because I just started watching the Hunger Games, so I did not remember that.
uh, what is the name of the genetically engineered wasps that cause hallucinations?
I remember them. I'm gonna need multiple choice.
Okay. Are they tracker jackers, jabberjays, illusion wasps, or vision vespids?
I don't. I feel like I remember Jabberjays B.
It is not jabberjays.
Is it A?
Yep, it is. The
Yeah.
jabberjays are the birds that the mockingjay, like, they're like one half of
Mm,
the birds that eventually make the mockingjays. It's mockingbirds and
that's
jabberjays, I think.
that's Cracker Jacker. Yeah, that would have been my second pick.
Yep. Okay, how does Katniss escape the 75th annual Hunger Games?
Um, the rebellion, right? Breaks in from the top with a ship and throws down a rope and picks her up, right? Something like that. A ladder.
That does happen, but she does something to kick it off.
Oh, she shoots. I don't remember. She shoots bombs or something at the 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 ceiling the ceiling sky thing. I don't remember exactly what she
Yeah,
shoots.
I think I'm going to give this to you. Um, so she shoots an arrow at a weak point in the force field. So I think you pretty much got
Okay.
it. Like that big domed force field. She like
Yeah.
notices the
Yep.
weak point thing, yeah, and she shoots it.
Okay.
All right,
I thought that
nice.
arena was so cool, by the way, with the
Yeah,
clock and
that was a cool arena for sure. Okay, this one I'm going to give you the multiple choice and you'll still get 2 points. Um, which of the following characters do not make it out safely at the end of the games in the second book? Is it Finnick, BT, Haymitch, or PETA?
is BTB.
It is not BT.
No, what?
Who would be your second choice? Just curious.
I don't think it's Finnick, right? Isn't Finnick in like the battle at the end?
It is
Is
not
it Finnick?
Finnick. It's PETA.
It's
Yep.
why don't I remember this, man?
Well, the next question may give you a little bit of a refresher.
Okay.
District 13 eventually rescues PETA from the capital.
Um,
When Katniss walks into the room he is being treated in, PETA walks up to Katniss and does what?
that's right, because the whole thing with part one was he's captured and they think he turns bad. So doesn't he like try to attack her? Final answer?
Yeah, I'll give that to you. He strangles her. Yep.
Strangles her.
He
Yeah,
like freaks out
that's
and
right.
strangles her. Yep.
Yeah, because that was the whole plot point of man.
It's
Yeah,
coming back to you. I can like hear it like coming
it
back.
is.
But yeah,
And
they
I'll be
like
honest, I only watched the last two movies, like the part one and part two, once.
yeah, me too. I remember that part in the book. I was like,
I,
dang, he's because he gets like
mhm,
brainwashed and thinks she's like evil or something, so he just
yeah,
strangles her. And that was pretty intense in the book.
that's right. That's right. It is coming back to me.
When Katniss and her film crew are making a propo, or like a propaganda video, in the remains of District 12, what song does Katniss sing during their filming break to the Mockingjays?
Does not have something to do with the rule or yeah, multiple choice.
Okay, does she sing Deep in the Meadow, Hanging Tree, Gem of Panem, or Nothing You Can Take From Me?
I feel like it's deep in the meadow. A.
That is the one she sings to Rue, I believe, but not the one she
Oh,
sings
crap.
here. She
I'm
sings
thinking
Hanging
of
Tree.
Rue.
Yep.
Okay. I'm mixing up everything.
Yep.
Hanging tree. Okay.
It's a good song. I like the Hanging Tree song. That's featured in the
hmm
movie we just watched, which we'll talk about later.
hmm
After the District 13 rebels take over the capital, who becomes the interim president?
After the District 13 rebels take over the capital, who becomes the interim president? Ooh, dude, I do not remember. Dude, giving the multiple choice, I
Okay.
really don't remember. So this is
These
after she spoilers, kills Snow, like the end.
it's around that time like this person
Mhm.
becomes president and then they have the trial of Snow.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
is it
okay.
Alma Coin, Hamish Abernathy, Plutarch Heavensby, or Effie Trinket?
Plutarch, final answer?
It's a good guess. He would be a good choice, but it's actually Alma Coin, President Coin.
LaCoin.
It's the
Man,
lady
okay. hmm
leading the rebels.
Mm.
She takes over.
I knew it wouldn't be Haymitch or Effie trinket, but
Yeah, definitely not Effie.
yeah.
That was a throwaway answer. Okay. At President Snow's execution, as Katniss prepares to shoot Snow, she instead shoots who?
Oh, jeez, I can see it. Um, think, Alex. Um, isn't isn't it oh, isn't it oh, isn't it President Coin? Isn't it the new president, right? If I remember
Final
correctly, final answer?
final answer? It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yes. Nice. Yeah, she was supposed to be the interim and then she wasn't going to like hand power down or let like someone else take over or do
Yeah,
like
that's right.
democracy and then yeah, Katniss shoots her.
I think she shoots PETA, actually.
Does she? I don't remember that.
Yeah. She shoots PETA.
Okay. I thought they got together and then dang, I forgot that.
No, she shoots PETA and gets with what's his face, Gale or
Gail.
whatever. Thor's baby brother.
Okay, two more questions. How does Katniss's sister, Prim, die?
An explosion in the city.
Yep,
Final answer.
I'll give that to you. Bombs disguised as gifts were dropped to children that she was treating. She was like a nurse going around helping people that got hurt. And then gifts were dropped and they blew up.
And to be honest, before I saw that, I forgot she died.
Yeah, that's such a sad
Second,
part.
the second you asked, like, how did Brim die? I remember. I'm like, oh yeah. I remember that last book was so much better in the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, the movie I did not like. The book was pretty good. It was really sad though. Like this part
Yeah, like
specifically.
I remember the scene more in the book than I do the movie. Like my
Yeah,
imagination of the scene.
yeah, me too. That's interesting.
Mhm.
Who was partially responsible for the plan to drop bombs disguised as gifts that ended up killing Prim?
Was it Katniss? Katniss? Final answer.
It was not Katniss. Was it Gale
Multiple choice.
Hawthorne, Peeta Mellark, Hamish Abernathy, or Finnick Odair?
Oh Lord. PETA? Final answer.
It's not Peeta. It was actually Gale.
Really? How did that come to be? I don't remember.
Well, at one point, he talks about a plan like that earlier in
Mhm.
the books in the movie, and then later on,
Oh,
she like remembers after that happened. She's like, "Hey, that sounds like something Gale was talking about," and then you come to realize that it was actually the rebels that dropped bombs to make it look like the Capitol did to get all the people
that's
on their side,
right.
and it was Gale and Coin that came up with that plan.
That's right. To make it look like a capital. Oh
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Oh yeah. Was that explained in detail in the movie? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I don't think so, but
Or at least because I definitely remember now it's clicking again. I remember that now.
yeah, I don't remember the movie well enough. Like you said, I also
Yeah.
only watched those movies once, so I'd have to go
Yeah.
back and see. But okay, that's the Nerd Pop quiz. So you got 20 out of 32 points. That's pretty good.
Okay. Not not bad,
Yeah,
I guess. Not my best, but not bad.
there's some tough ones in there that it's been a while since we've
Like,
read the books. I'm pretty
especially if
sure.
you haven't seen the movies or read the books in so long,
Yeah,
like everything's coming to me as you're explaining.
right.
But
Yep. Okay. All right, guess the game. So this one is all going to be video games. Um If you need a hint, I can give you the year the game was released. Yeah, and you get a point if you get the game right.
Sweet. Let's do it.
Okay, here's the first game. What game is this song from?
Zelda. Ocarina of Time.
It's actually not Ocarina of Time. Do you know which?
No.
Do you want to take another guess at which Zelda? I'll give you the point because you knew it was Zelda.
No, I need to know this. Hold on. Is this Wind Waker?
It is Wind Waker. This is Windfall Island. Yep.
Windfall Island, that's right.
Nice. It does sound like it would be an Ocarina of Time. Like this, out of most of the songs in the game, sound like an Ocarina of Time song.
Yeah, at first I thought it was at a town, where you have to find all the chickens.
Yeah, Kakariko.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking? Yeah, Kakariko. Yeah, for some reason that's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, I could see that. Wind Waker has some great music. All Zeldas do, I guess. But
Wind Waker has really fun music, and I really like Wind Waker's bosses.
Yeah, the fighting, especially the bosses in Wind Waker, is good.
The dungeons are a little easier, but the bosses are fun.
Yeah. Okay, second song.
Oh god, this sounds familiar. I know this.
What
year was this?
Because we played this game co-op. It was released in 2013.
We played it co-op.
Yeah, that's a free hint for you.
Co-op 2013. That was. Is it 2013 co-op? So I'm thinking like that's a 360. Oh no, Xbox One.
Yeah, I think we played it on Xbox One.
Okay, the co-op games for some reason that come to my mind, and this sounds like it, is the Rayman game, Rayman Legends.
That's it exactly. Nice.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I figured it had to be that because I remember the song.
Yeah.
We played a lot of it.
Yeah, this game is really fun. It has some great music. There were some that would be like, oh, you'd know that right away, but I feel like this one was a little...
Yeah, like recognizable, but I had to think about it.
Yeah, yep. All right. Next song.
Sounds like a Bud Light commercial. Bud Light.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Look it in the mountains with your truck. or Ford F-150.
Yeah, F-150. True. That also works. Yep.
Be a man. What year?
Let's see. This came out initially in 2012.
Initially? What, was there some re-releases or sequels?
Both, I believe.
Yeah, 2012. I played it. I have a couple games in mind. It sounds kind of, like I said, like almost like deserty. 2012. Okay, that one. Oh.
And if you get just the series, not the specific game, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm thinking of 2012. That's when we played. I'm thinking like games we played. I mean, we played Far Cry games, the Halo games back then. Oh, you know what this sounds like? And I don't think I played a lot of it, but I remember you playing a lot of it. It sounds like, is it Borderlands?
You nailed it. Yep.
Yeah.
It is Borderlands 2. It's Boom Boom
Yeah.
and Captain Flint boss song.
Boom boom.
Yeah, I know you played a little bit. I definitely played way more, but it has such,
Yeah,
it
I
has
remember you
pretty
playing it.
recognizable music.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
That's
just,
why I was like,
like the desert thing you said
That's why
was
the year
exactly it. Yeah, yeah, the year helped.
yeah, the
too.
desert. And then when you said the year, I'm like, I was thinking of games they were playing it like at that time. It's like this.
All right, nice. You're 3 for 3. Let's see the next one, or hear the next one.
Is this Xenoblade?
That's a good guess. This does kind of sound like Xenoblade. It is not, though.
What year?
This was released in 2002.
2002. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, man, that's gonna be a tough one. 2002. Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, out of nowhere. Nice. Also great music.
I freaking love these games. Did you
Yeah.
ever beat all of them?
I don't think I beat 3. I think I got real close to the last boss and then stopped playing for some reason.
I went through a phase of Kingdom Hearts where like I was watching. It's it's confusing.
Yeah, the lore is
I was
confusing.
watching like the movie edits of the cutscenes. I think I should sent you something.
Yeah, I think I
But-
watched those too, yeah. Kingdom Hearts
So
2
good.
was my favorite one of them. That game is so good.
Yes. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, like I liked the worlds. It's a lot more like simple, I feel like.
Yeah,
But man, it was cool like playing it and like how good it looked so good
it looked really good, yeah.
like, at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first one came out in 2002, so like there was a long time for it to upgrade in between those.
Yeah. So like I remember playing that first one. I think the first level in Kingdom Hearts 3 or world was Hercules, wasn't it?
I think so. That sounds right.
And it just looked cool. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have complaints that is I guess more shallow than the other two games.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like
I
Kingdom
agree.
Hearts
2 is
2
the best
better.
one.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
Sounds like Insidious.
It does.
Is this BioShock? I'm thinking like a horror type.
It is BioShock. Do you know
It is.
specifically which one? Yeah, that's a great spot.
It's either one or maybe BioShock Infinite.
It is BioShock Infinite. Yep.
Yep. I knew it had that vibe to it, and the piano kind of does it sent me over.
Yep. And the beginning, the like horror aspect, and yeah,
Yeah, with the horror aspect.
that's a
it's not
great
necessarily-
game.
I loved BioShock Infinite.
Yep.
I remember just getting to the ending. I was like, "What in the world is going
Yeah,
on?"
the ending is crazy. All right, 5 for 5 so far.
Woo!
Here's the next one.
Is this Pokemon?
It is not Pokemon. It does kind of sound like it, but
What year?
this came out in 1997.
1997. So that's. So that's the 64 and PS1.
Yep.
64. Oh, you know what this sounds like? That 64. Star Fox.
Yes, sir. Star
Yep,
Fox
yep.
64. This is Star Wolf's theme.
Yep, that's right. I love that game so much growing
Yeah,
up.
me too. I played that so much. Okay. Next one.
It just sounds way too familiar. Jesus Christ, man. I know this. You know what? I always think it's gonna be so simple, but like when I hear it out of context, like I can't place it. What year? I can know this dude.
It came out this year.
Came out this year. This year. Is this? No, it's not. Is this? Don't tell me. Don't tell me this is Mario Wonder.
It sure is.
Oh my god! I was just playing that earlier today.
Yep. This is Pipe Rock Plateau from Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Okay.
Had to throw that in because I knew you were playing it. So I knew it would drive you crazy if you couldn't place it.
I know, dude. I'm like, I know this. And then you said 2023. I'm like, 2023. There's like, it has to be Mario.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like Mario.
I was thinking maybe like Mario RPG, but like, no, Mario Wonder.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one you thought? No, it can't be.
No. I thought I did think it was Mario Wonder, but like the RPG kind of was in the back of my head. Like, okay,
Gotcha.
it could be.
Gotcha.
But I'm like, it's too recognizable, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Sounds like Prince of Persia.
I was just looking up the year, and I don't even have to anymore.
Oh.
It is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Growing up, this was my favorite game in the world, besides Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, this game was so much fun. Being able to turn back time was so cool.
Oh, it's the parkour element of everything. Yep. I mean, dude, I remember every weekend, dude, Saturday mornings, like mom making breakfast, just throw this freaking game on all day.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Which I can't wait for the remake if it ever comes out, because I keep delaying it because it's crappy. Don't do it dirty. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah, that would be really fun if they do it right.
Will they, though?
I don't know. Okay, last two. These last two might be difficult. We'll see. Any initial thoughts before I give you the year?
Initial thoughts is it sounds kind of spacey, like a Metroid Prime.
Okay.
That's not my guess.
You're gonna guess Metroid Prime?
No, it's not my guess.
Oh, it's not your guess. Gotcha.
Give me a year.
This came out in 2011.
2011. Okay, so that's the 360 era.
Yep.
360 area. Okay, what games were in 360 played? That was kind of weird. You know what it kind of sounds like, and I don't know it. It kind of sounds like Portal. So I'm gonna say Portal. Final answer.
It's Portal 2. Very nice.
Sweet. I wasn't confident on that one, but like it had that weird vibe.
Yeah.
And I know we played that in the 360 era.
Yep, we did. Wow, you're killing it. You're 9 out of 9.
No. Shoot, I'm impressing myself.
All right.
I had to make it for the freaking Hunger Games one.
There you go.
This is Red Dead 2?
I'll give it to you. It's Red Dead Redemption.
First one?
Yep, it's the first one, okay. But you know, they have very similar sounding music.
Yeah.
Yep, you got the series right. So 10 out of 10. Very nice.
Sweet. Have I ever gotten a 10 out of 10 with
I don't
these ones?
know. I don't.
I don't
I don't
know if
think
I have.
so. I gotta
Wow.
start picking
Those
more
are some
obscure
good
games, I guess.
those are some good freaking games you picked.
Yeah, I love just like looking up lists of games and just listening to music and be like, I'm gonna do this one and this one. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Is this your favorite one to kind of do?
Yeah, this is really fun
Yeah.
to make. All right,
Sweet.
we have 3 things to talk about. What would you like to get started with? We're gonna talk about Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, we can start with that.
Okay, so we'll give our scores first and then go into spoilers. So we'll give a spoiler warning before we talk about that. You want to give your score first for this one?
Sure, yeah. I really liked this movie. If I had to give it a score, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. There's a couple things that I didn't necessarily have issues with, but I wish they expanded on more.
Yeah.
But I really did like it. I like special effects. I like the story. I like how it was in parts. So yeah, I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yep. That's actually exactly what I have on my notes. Is I would give it an 8 also. I feel like if I would have read the book, I may have given it lower, but since I didn't read the book,
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It had some interesting things with the pacing that we'll talk about more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so that brings it down a little bit. But I enjoyed this movie, and I like the Hunger Games universe, so it was cool getting back in, seeing it from a different time period and stuff. So
Yeah, like seeing how like almost primitive, at least compared
right,
to the newer Hunger Games, like the games are like
yep,
throwing them in a truck instead of treating them like celebrities.
yep.
But
Okay, so
yeah, there's more I want to say, but we'll get in spoilers though.
yep, we're gonna talk about the movie in depth. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it, and then come back and watch this and get our thoughts. So this is your spoiler warning. Okay. So the movie starts. I thought it was interesting even seeing, because the movie starts out like right or in the dark times, I think they called it, or something like that.
Yeah, when the war was going on.
Yeah, right at the end of the war. So I was not expecting to really see that, and I thought that was a cool time period to see and how brutal it was.
It
Like they
was,
saw that guy eating or taking the leg of the other guy.
yeah,
That was pretty
and
brutal.
so was Snow's father like a prominent figure in the war?
That's what it seemed like. Yeah,
Hmm. I wonder
like
if they go into that in the book more.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, there's just not enough time in the movie to go into all that. But yeah, it seemed like he was, because he's in the capital, so he obviously was on the winning
Yeah,
side, and then he got disgraced somehow, which I don't even know. Did they really like, or were they just poor? I didn't really catch that as to why they're in poverty in the capital.
yeah. I'm not sure. Is it because of his father's disgrace or
Yeah,
whatever happened to his father? I'm
yeah. I
assuming.
just don't think we know. They really explain what exactly happened, but yeah, I think that is why.
Yeah, at least in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I really liked that. And then I liked how, like I said before, like I liked how the movie was in parts,
Mm-hmm.
like part one, part
The
two,
act one.
part
Yeah.
three,
Yep.
or act one. Yeah, because
Whatever they called it. Yeah.
yeah, like it broke it up pretty good for the most part. I'll say. So if like for me, I don't know if this is a common thing, but for me, it's like like I think Act One was the best, Act Two was the second best, and I think the third act was the weakest. Like it kind
Yeah.
of got I don't want to say worse as the movie got on, but just I don't know, that third act, is it just me or it felt like so quick, like it ended so abruptly, even though it was a
Yeah,
two and a half
it
hour
did.
movie.
Yeah, it was a long movie, and it definitely it felt like when the first part of the third act started, it seemed kind of slow, and then yeah, it
Mhm.
just kind of ended real quick. So it was kind of rushed. It started slow and then rushed to the end.
Yeah, and I was reading that the director wanted it to be one movie,
Okay, yeah.
because he's the same guy who did uh, Catching Fire and the last two movies.
Oh,
Same
okay.
director.
Gotcha.
And he said that they got so much flack for doing the last book into two parts. He's like, I didn't care how long this movie was. I wanted to make it in one part.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Um, so like, I guess that was one ding for me is I actually really enjoyed that first part, and to be honest, that's another thing for me is I don't know. I feel like they had a lot of plot lines or story beats they could have taken, and they kind of just dropped. Like for example, in that first, excuse me, in that first act, it was all about wowing and getting sponsors, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they kind of breezed through that. Like I thought they were gonna dig more into that, and like with his buddy, I don't remember his name. Uh,
Sejanus or whatever. Is that
yeah, Sir
who?
Janice.
Yeah.
Yeah, who hated the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I thought they would dig into that more in that first one. Like they had a scene where Snow he wanted to go give him food. His friend's like, "Oh, so you're feeding the animals?" And he convinced him, "No, you said you want to take care of them."
Right.
So they're both doing the same thing, but for different reasons. And
Yeah,
I
for
thought they'd
very different
dig more and
reasons.
more into that,
Yeah.
and they didn't really.
Yeah, that's I wonder if they do in the book with that too. We're probably going to say that a lot.
Did you feel that though? Like, I really thought in that first act they were going to dig more into like wowing the crowd
Yeah,
and I don't know.
I definitely felt that. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you basically the only thing they did to that end is just show the number go up, like of the
Hmm.
the sponsors or whatever.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that first act. Like, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, and the first act was really
Like,
good.
I almost could have watched a whole movie on just the first and second act, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that. I understand why he didn't want to break it up after the Catching Fire thing, but I almost feel like this one would have been a
Hmm.
better one to break up because I was kind of thinking that
Honestly,
same thing.
yeah. Like, I feel like yeah, they really. I honestly, I feel like even the first part, they could have made a whole movie on it. But again, it's they're not going to do that because there's no action at the end or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And then you have a Hunger Games without a Hunger Game, and yeah,
yeah, and I really liked the one thing I'll say too is I really love the acting in this movie.
yeah. The acting was
The guy who
great.
played Snow, my God, was he perfect?
Yeah,
I have
Snow
no
was
complaints for him.
Snow and Gaunt, the game maker, was really good.
Oh yeah, Viola Davis,
Viola
right? Played
Davis,
her,
yeah.
I believe.
Yep.
She did great, and you
Yeah.
were like, she was terrifying, but
Yeah, she was.
she would scare the crap out of me. And her outfit, everything about her
Her look,
was
just like a
great.
mad scientist look, and yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Peter Dinklage is always awesome,
Yep.
and it's
Yep,
kind
he
of
was
cool.
great.
Like towards the end, you kind of learn that like he was the one trying to get rid of the game, so he's really like a good guy, even though
Yeah.
he's like a dick to.
Yeah. to
you
to Snow, yeah. Although to be fair,
um,
like Snow kind of deserves to be a dick too in the
I was gonna
end.
say we are watching like a villain.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
the acting was great.
yeah, the acting was really good. And the seeing how Snow became the Snow we know in the Hunger Games original trilogy was really cool. Like I thought they did that really well of showing his like he's kind of like if you didn't know the character, you wouldn't know if he was like really trying to help Lucy Gray or just doing it for
Uh,
himself. But since we kind of know that already, it like put a darker tone to it, kind of like in my mind. I'm like, but this is Snow. He's evil. Something bad's gonna happen.
uh-huh.
Like, so that
Yeah,
was really
that's true.
interesting.
Because I wonder how this would be. I wonder what a perspective would be of someone who doesn't have never seen the Hunger Games. This is their first one
Yeah, that would be interesting.
because I wonder what's more shocking, like, or interesting, like that we know and you can kind of start to see the hints of it,
Yeah.
or you think you're watching a good guy and then he turns bad.
Yeah, that would be a pretty crazy like twist.
Um, how do you feel about the actress who played the main actress antagonist, Lucy Gray, I think her name is.
Yeah, I thought she did fine. Her accent was a little here or there for me, but other than that, I thought it was a fine performance, and her singing sounded pretty good. So
The 10 songs she sings.
yeah, she does sing a lot. But to be fair, songs have always been like a big part of the Hunger Games stuff.
I was going to
So
say Hunger Games have always had singing and songs,
yep,
and they were good. I mean,
yeah.
but yeah, I liked her, and I know a lot of people aren't fans of her.
Is that just because of the
Uh,
Ariel thing that people are upset about? Was that
the Snow White
or
thing.
Snow White? Yeah,
She's
that's it. Ariel was a
yeah,
different one. Yeah,
yeah.
these yeah,
But she kind of has that
the
like
controversy.
kind of has that like I don't know, like snobby kind of attitude when she's in the interviews and stuff. But
Gotcha.
like I put all that crap aside and like
Yeah,
see it as it is, and I thought she did good.
yeah. I thought she was good.
Um, so like as far as acting and like even special effects and costumes and all that, like I really thought it
Oh,
was great.
I loved the Flickerman character. The I forget his
Oh,
name in
the
this one,
announcer
but
dude or
yeah,
the weatherman.
yeah,
I
that was funny. I thought he did a great
was
job.
cracking up.
Yep, especially after in the Hunger
I did.
Games, Stanley Tucci did such a good job. That was some pretty big shoes to fill, and he did a good job
Uh huh.
too.
They always got to have the funny announcers. I
Yep,
was cracking up when he was doing the weather in the middle of the
that was so
game.
funny. Yeah,
Oh, that was really good. He was getting mad. When they were going to the zoo to visit, he got mad. Like, not everyone knows who I am. Not
yeah,
everyone has TVs. He said something like that.
yep, yeah. He was great in every scene he
Uh,
was in.
so I don't know. Like to be honest, this I don't know. Maybe it's recency bias, but I need to rewatch the other ones. But this movie actually almost feels I don't know more. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like more like grounded and consistent than the other ones. I don't. I really liked it. Like this one felt more. I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt authentic. I guess I'm trying to say.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's
you
been
know,
a
in some
while since I've
prequels
watched the
where
other ones, but it. I think it's up there with Catching Fire. Like Catching Fire is really good, but I think this one got
mm,
close to that.
yeah, like I would have to rewatch Catching Fire.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I like this more than the last two parts, the
Yeah.
last two movies.
I agree.
Um, I might even like this more than Hunger Games, to be honest. And I just was rewatching that
Yeah.
today.
That one I haven't seen in a real long time.
But man, like I really did forget, like the Hunger Games, they actually really are good movies. Like rewatching first one, like they're very. It's almost like a character study mixed with like
Yeah.
dystopian, mixed with like first 30 minutes. You know, it was like it wasn't dystopian. It was more like well, it was, but it was more like you're in dirty, gritty. Then you get to the
Mm-hmm.
capital and it's like glamorous, and
Glamorous. Yep.
then you get to the games and it's kind of like a horror. I don't know. I really like the Hunger Games as
Yeah.
movies. Now the issues, I guess we already mentioned, were the pacing towards the end,
Yeah.
and then the themes. I thought they'd dig into more. I just felt like they had a
Yeah.
lot of different plot points, and they kind of I don't want to say abandoned them, but I just thought, like I said before, they would dig deeper into the specific ones that they never
Yeah, I
really did.
to follow up on that, I kind of had that. I didn't really know how to describe it, but I think you put it pretty well. But like there were a couple times where I was like, "Oh, that's why the games do this," and then I was expecting them to go more into that, but I guess that just like happens in the future after this because they start like with
Mhm.
the sponsors and the glam and like treating them like celebrities. I thought
Yeah,
we would see a little bit more of that, but yeah, they just I guess that just happens gradually over the next 60 years or whatever.
yeah, because they slowly, obviously, implemented that with the sponsors in this one, and also,
Yep.
I guess the whole point of this one was they're having their counselor, or whatever they call him,
Yeah.
like a
Mm-hmm.
Haymitch
Yep.
instead of. But I wanted to see, like, I wonder how it got from just having the students be it to having the winner of a district be it, or like a previous winner.
Oh
Because like
yeah.
Haymitch, I believe,
He
is a
was.
previous winner,
Yep. He was a previous winner.
so he wasn't a like student or anything. So I wonder how it got to that point. They
Yeah,
could do so
that's
much with
true.
this world, I guess.
They definitely could.
And it would be kind of cool to see like the war before it all, or like the very first Hunger Games.
Yeah, true. Although I have a feeling it'd be similar to this. It seems like the first like 10 Hunger Games were all just in that arena, and then later
Yeah, with
on
like no
they.
obstacles or anything,
Yeah.
like gladiator style.
Yep.
Did you have any other issues? I'm trying to think of those are the two
Um
biggest things for me.
those were the main ones. I'm trying to think. I think really it was just the pacing was the big thing. Like I just expected more in that third act, but yeah, we talked about that. Um I do I saw some people theorizing that the bombing that happens at the arena could have been orchestrated by Gaunt to like kind of quell the uprising or give a reason why they would quell the uprising. And I thought that was an interesting like
Hmm.
possibility. I don't know if that's something they talk about in the book or if that's just like a
Yeah,
theory, but um that
that's kind of interesting, actually.
yeah.
Um, I guess one of the other things, like I didn't read the book, so like I didn't know if like what would happen to Lucy Gray.
Mhm.
So for me, it was kind of entertaining because I was wondering like
Yeah.
what is going to be what changes.
Yeah, and I was wondering if she was
And
like related to Katniss in any way. And I guess she kind of is. I think the um
those two kids playing, right?
yeah,
Were
one of
they like
them
Katniss's parents or
it
one of them?
was her grandmother or something. Maud is her name. Yeah, it's one of those two kids playing.
Okay. Because
Yep.
they mentioned, the Katniss root or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep, the
Um,
plant.
yeah, the play out. Um,
So that's
but
kind of a
yeah,
cool little
that's really.
tie-in. And then seeing
Mhm.
who wrote the hanging tree. The scene where
Yeah.
Sejanus gets hanged and like is crying out and then all the mocking jays like echo his cries.
Oh,
That was
uh,
that was pretty dark. I didn't even think of that,
yeah,
but
and like
like when that happened I was like, "Oh dang,
that
that would
that
be
was dark,
creepy."
and they like show it for a second, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, and then
Oh,
like it is
that
a pretty dark movie.
it is. That was one other thing. I know it's just the fact that it has to be rated teen, but like no blood. They showed a bunch of people getting stabbed and just like it's so clean and
Oh yeah,
but you know, that's every T-rated
they
movie.
did. Yeah, there's no blood, but they
Yep.
did show like a lot more than I thought in the sense of like not like throwing the camera off.
Yeah, true. They didn't have the shaky
There's
cam
no
like that
blood to it.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, like because that first movie, trust me, I'm rewatching it, and oh
It's
boy, is
very
that cam
shaky.
shaky. Oh my lord! But
Yep.
this one, like you see some stuff, like you just don't see blood.
Yeah. Yep.
So, what did you think of like the part two, which is pretty much focuses mainly on the games?
Yeah, I thought the games were it was cool to see like the start of it. So seeing the actual game was interesting. After the bombing, having a way for her to kind of escape was a cool little like plot device. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, I thought they were pretty brutal. Like a bunch of people got stabbed with that pitchfork or whatever it was.
Yeah, that freaking pitchfork, and even the snakes, that was kind of gross.
Yeah,
And then when they showed when they showed Snow's buddy, when they showed his friend that tried to escape hanging too,
yeah,
some there and hang.
yeah. That was pretty
Um,
pretty brutal.
and I liked how Snow snuck in her some rat poison that she could use, and then
Yep.
she put in a drink and accidentally killed that girl.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then
I
I
don't know.
I kind of liked the setup of the snakes and the like it doesn't totally make sense, but the like scent of the snake and
Yeah.
him putting the handkerchief in there. That was a pretty good setup, even though, it's like,
I mean,
well, is that how they would really act? But I guess they're genetically
yeah.
modified, so whatever. That
And
didn't
like,
didn't bother me too much.
I know he's probably not thinking, but of course you're going to get caught. Where do you
Yeah,
think the
for
handkerchief
sure.
is going to go?
It has your initials in it. Like,
Yeah, at least, I mean, I guess he can at least try to scrape off the initials or something, man. But
yeah,
either or, maybe, I mean, I don't know. Love makes you do crazy things, man. Maybe he just wasn't thinking.
yeah, yeah. I think he was
Um,
just desperate because he knew that would kill her.
so let me ask you this: if do you think he was always going to go crazy, or do you think if Lucy Gray stayed with him and they left, do you think he would have lived a nice, peaceful life?
That I don't know. I think I think he always wanted power and like influence, but that could just be
I guess friend.
because I know the character, so that's just what I assumed the whole
Yeah.
time. So
But I mean, his friend did say like you're always analyzing everything.
yeah, true.
Like, so yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because I'll be honest, like I saw I think one trailer, but I knew it was about snow, but I knew nothing else about the
Yeah,
movie.
I didn't even see a full trailer. I just saw like little bits on the like during football games and stuff.
Oh yeah,
So
like little
so
30-second
I think
things.
that definitely helped. I love going into movies like that. It doesn't happen that often because I get
Mhm.
too excited about some things and then just look up stuff.
Yeah,
But when it does, it's a pleasant surprise.
yeah, and I was worried like I didn't know it was long, so I'm like, and I'm to be quite honest, I'm kind of getting sick of long movies.
Yeah,
But this
yeah,
one felt fine for me.
yeah. It didn't feel too long.
Mm-mm.
Like if anything, it needed to show more. But I
I
yeah,
was
any
gonna
longer
say,
than this, it's gonna be way too long.
but yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I really really liked it, and I think it's a worthy entry in the Hunger Games like
Yeah,
universe.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm looking through my notes and I think we talked about everything that I had. So yeah, it was good. Very pleasantly surprised because it was not on my radar. And then I saw a few things and glad we went and saw it.
Hmm. Me too. Plus, it's kind of cool. Like it's kind of like our first movie we're seeing in theaters and going to talk about it. So
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I will be real. Like it made me. I was thinking during the movie about things more because I knew we were going to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Okay, so next up, do you want to talk about Monarch or the two Invincible episodes?
Um, let's talk about Monarch.
Okay. So, Monarch Legacy of Monsters, I didn't get the name of this episode, but it's episode 3 that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, so I really like this episode. I'll give my score first. Um, and I don't know if I'm just going to give the higher scores to any episode with Godzilla in it. That's kind of what it feels like so far, but I'm going to give this one a 9. I really liked this episode. I thought it was really cool. So, like,
Oh,
we'll talk more about it in the spoilers, but yeah, I thought this was a really good episode. And I'm really
okay.
liking the show.
Yeah, yeah.
They've hooked me.
It hooked you. You're
Yep,
hooked.
I'm hooked.
Um, I actually would give it a 9 as well. This is
Okay.
by far, oh, maybe not by far, but this is definitely my favorite episode.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And no, not just because of that's the
Yeah. Okay, so spoiler warning for this one as well. If you haven't seen Monarch, go watch it. So this is your spoiler warning. Okay. So I thought it was so cool that we saw like I think at the very beginning of Godzilla 2014, it showed the just like a tiny snippet of the Bikini Island atoll thing, and I thought
Uh-huh.
it was really cool being able to see that like in action and how that happened. That's a really cool idea, and I liked that a lot.
And it looked cool. Like it was,
Yeah, it looked great.
I know, it was a good scene. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, and
Um,
Godzilla like looked like the Godzilla in the movies, which I was a little
mhm.
worried, like because they could have just reused some shots from the San Francisco thing. But this one, I'm pretty sure was all new shots, and it looked good even for a TV show. So
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how much money they're putting into the show.
yeah, I don't know. It looks like a lot.
Because even if the monsters are barely in it, they look so good. Even at the end.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I looked up the name of it. It's the Frost of Arc. Was that the name of that one? And yeah, that one looked really good too.
So,
And
what happened in the? What's that?
they addressed Shaw's age, which was one thing we talked
You know, I
about.
thought of you when I thought of you when they said that. Wouldn't that
Like
make you like
they
90
kind
or
of
something?
addressed it. Yeah, we still don't know exactly why,
Are,
but yeah,
are they gonna like? Are they? Did they throw that in there so like there's a mystery behind it?
yeah, probably.
Yeah. So what was going on in the present day? Because in the past we mainly saw they're seeking help for the government,
Yep,
uh, and the whole bombing happened, and then getting funds, they're helping out all that stuff.
yep. So in
No,
the
I liked. Oh, real quick before
mhm,
the name of the episode or something, Secrets and Lies, I think it's something like that.
yeah,
I liked how they mirrored it, and because what's his face set the Cha, is that his name?
yeah,
He said it in the future, like sometimes or lie or it's not lying if it's a secret, and then
yeah,
like that's what her grandmother said in the past.
yep, yeah. That was a
I really like
good
that.
mirror.
Um, yeah, sorry. So what was going on in the present day? Do you
So
remember?
yeah, they escaped that his like retirement home, forced retirement home, and then they
Okay.
went on that ship, the cargo ship,
Mm-hmm.
and um, got to Korea, I think it was, and met up with Duho,
Yeah,
who I liked Duho.
I like this character, man.
Yeah,
For the brief time we saw him.
yeah. Rest in peace. um, yeah, and then they took the plane, which I thought that plane ride where Kate had that scene with Duho. I thought that was a nice scene to actually see her not be totally depressed.
Yeah, like yeah, seriously.
And then they found the campsite and saw the other side of the plane and saw the big like monster claw rip, and then
Hmm.
realized they're screwed. And then that
That
frost
monster was
fart.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I like how they're making unique monsters still. It it
Uh
was an
huh.
interesting looking monster for sure, and it being
I
able
mean,
to
this one could
freeze them
basically
was pretty
freeze
cool.
you, like
Yeah,
frost, and like it had like the blue tentacle light looking things
yep,
around its mouth or whatever. Like it looked really cool, and I think we're gonna see more of it in the next episode.
yeah. I think so. That'll be.
Um,
I'm excited for that.
what did you find more interesting this episode, the present day or the past?
Past, the past for sure.
The past.
Although I will
Yeah, I think.
say that Kurt Russell was having a
Hmm.
blast filming this. It seemed like he seemed like he was having so much
Yeah,
fun.
I know. Like I know. I remember saying that a couple episodes that Kurt Russell has like that charisma where
Yeah,
he just makes it exciting.
yep, yeah. And when he's
Um,
having fun, you can just tell.
mhm.
And they had that really cool shot of it transitioning from Kurt to Wyatt, and I thought that
Yeah.
looked really good. And And
I just think it's so cool. Like they're actually father and son. So like,
yeah, so that works
I
so
don't know how
well.
they're using. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I have everything you said. I agree with, and I like the acting's been fine. Kate is still not my favorite. What is up with these main characters that are never our favorite characters? Same thing was with
I don't
Gen
know.
V.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know.
and, like I don't hate Kate or anything. Like I didn't hate the main girl in Gen V either. They just I don't
Aren't
know. They were just kind of there.
yeah.
I don't know. So like I don't hate her. Characters are
Yeah.
fine. I think the past characters are still by far the most interesting for me. Just their dynamic between the three of them, I love.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It's my favorite part of the show.
Yep. Especially with
Do you
this
think
episode.
that's yeah, especially with this episode? Well, shoot, even last episode was good too with them kind of seeing them meet each other and stuff.
Yeah. That's true.
Um, do you think that's do you now the real question is do you think we'll actually see Godzilla again in the present day, so post like 2014 movie and stuff?
I I'm hoping so. I
Because that would be pretty cool.
I feel like it's building up to something where some other monster is gonna show, like a big monster is gonna show up, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping
I wonder
it'll go.
I wonder if they reference it in the new Godzilla and Kong movie too.
Oh
Or
yeah,
maybe
they
that's
could.
what starts that up, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It could.
Like I don't know, it could go it's just crazy because you said it from the beginning, like the fact that like there's not like a ton of monsters in the show. Like it's very character driven, and we're
Yeah.
enjoying it this much. It's like, why can't you do this in the movies? But I
Yep.
guess in the movies, dude, you're in the theater. You want to see those big kaiju's fighting. You don't care.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
Yeah.
There's just not enough time in the
Um,
movie to set it up.
I wonder if they could bring these characters into the movie. That would be kind of interesting,
That would be
actually,
cool. Yeah.
because then you could actually like I would actually care about them in the movie if like something happened or something. You know,
Yeah, true.
like I don't want these characters to die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if any
But
of them are going to be in Kong
mhm.
versus Godzilla or whatever
Yeah,
the next one's
which you
called.
still need to watch, by the way.
Oh, I watched Kong Skull Island.
Oh, you did?
I
Okay.
did.
So what
So
did you think while we're on the
I
Godzilla stuff?
I thought it was really fun. It was
Hmm.
a really good movie. Um
So you did like it?
yeah, I liked it a lot. It was the one scene that stood out to me the most is like the most useless um like sacrifice
Right?
scene in all of movies where
Oh,
the
that
dude
was the
pulls
most
the
hilarious thing I've ever
that
seen in
was
my
so
life.
funny. He runs up,
Dude,
he's
I
like
saw it in theaters. We're cracking up, dude.
it's like all intense and then it just like swats him aside like nothing.
They had that purposely did that, right? Like
Yeah,
that was
that was
hilarious.
really funny.
That
Yeah, and
that
Kong's
scene of
awesome in
Loki
that.
kind of fighting too was kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, the
Fighting through the
actors were
green.
all really good in that, and Kong was awesome. Just cool to see him in his natural
They showed
habitat.
Kong a lot. Like it was that's what I meant when it was like it was different than Godzilla. Godzilla was slow burn. They're
Yeah,
like kind of like Jaws, like they don't want to show Godzilla, but this one like they went full out.
yeah, right out the gate.
Uh, but yeah, I love that movie, man. Where would you put it after watching it? Like, would you put it above Godzilla 2014 or right below it?
That's a tough one. Um,
They're so different.
they are very different. I think it was more. Well, it was definitely more fun than Godzilla 2014, but I don't know. There's something about that movie. Just like the atmosphere was so good that that one. I don't know.
I think I agree. I
That's a tough one to rank. I would probably put Godzilla slightly above it, but they're pretty close.
I think I would too. You're right. There's something about that movie, just the build up and the intensity
Mm-hmm.
and the epicness of it, and I don't know. And the Mutos were kind of cool, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like. I don't know. I know a lot of people thought it was boring, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I didn't find that movie boring. I liked it a lot.
This one is a close second.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like it's better than the second Godzilla movie, and I think it's better than Godzilla versus Kong. I think it's the second best one for sure.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm glad you watched that one. So now you're kind of
Yeah, I actually forgot I watched it
caught up.
because we watched so much stuff this week.
Yeah.
Until you brought it up, I was like, oh yeah, I did watch that movie.
Well, like Skull Island was pretty cool too. Like I like
Yeah.
Skull Island.
Yeah, that was cool.
Um, Sweet. But yeah, back to Monarch. Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's episode 9 out of 10. I'm excited, and I'm so glad this is 10 episodes.
Yeah. Me too.
Um, this is episode 4 or 3.
This one was 3
3. So episode 4 comes out tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Well,
Yep.
for us tomorrow. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, that's really all I had on it. Great episode. Loved it.
Yep. Yeah.
You're gonna have to renew Apple TV for another month.
I know. I definitely will.
Plus, I still want to try that For All Mankind.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
But anywho, that's all I got on this topic.
Yep. Just checking out my notes. I think we got everything for me as well. So, okay. Let's move on to Invincible. Did you watch episodes 3 and 4?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And now we have a long wait.
Seriously. How about you start with episode 3 and I'll start with episode 4?
Okay. So my score for episode 3, I gave it an 8. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. I can't really talk about why without spoilers, but I thought it was good. They're still like, I think even with episode 4, they're still just like setting things up like crazy, so I'm hoping for some really good payoffs in the second half of the season. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting episode. They did some interesting things in that one.
They definitely did.
So I thought it was good. I liked it.
Okay. Let's see. So what episode 2, I believe I gave that one a 6. I think we both did. That was the fish one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I definitely liked it better than that, but I'm not as keen on it as you are.
Okay.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
So I definitely think it's better in the second episode,
Yeah.
but I still like the first episode more. So yeah, first episode I gave an 8. Second one I gave a 6. I'd give this one a 7.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I'll tell you why when we get to spoilers. Like you said, I can't talk about anything.
Yeah. Okay, so let's give our score for episode 4 as well, and then we'll get into spoilers.
Okay. I loved episode 4, man. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. Still a couple issues, but overall, like I enjoyed it. It's by far my favorite episode. I would give this one a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty similar to me. I'm like in between 8 and 9. I'm gonna stick with my 8, but it was definitely, I can't remember what we gave the first episode. But
was it 8 or 9? I don't remember either.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good episode. There's just a couple things that I wished like could have happened a little differently, or but I thought it was a really strong episode as well. I really enjoyed episode 3 and 4.
Okay. I'm curious your thoughts on episode 3 specifically. So let's get into spoilers.
Yep, spoilers. Spoiler alert. Leave now if you haven't seen it.
Huh.
Okay, so it's been a couple weeks since I watched episode 3. One of the things I liked about episode 3 the most was, and it's sad too, but the Alan the alien. Since he showed up, I kind of wanted to learn more about him, and it was really interesting seeing like his home life, and and they did that weird thing where they had like the credits in the middle of the episode, which was
Yeah.
an interesting choice. I was very confused when they popped up.
Like, wait a second. It was almost 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like. Um, so I really like the Alan the Alien stuff. His fight with the Viltrumites was pretty cool. It's brutal.
Hmm.
Poor Alan.
As always with the Viltrumites.
Yeah, that's the theme. Um, but I also really liked um, Debbie's scene. That moment when you realize she's talking to the guy whose like wife got killed
Mm,
by Omni Man. It's like, oh man,
uh-huh.
that had some real emotional weight to it. Um,
His like hatred towards her too when
yeah,
she
that was rough because I almost expected him to be like, well, it wasn't your fault, or like, you know, but he was
yeah,
like,
which is how it
no,
should be.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that was a rough scene.
I've
Um,
been enjoying all of Debbie's stuff this whole season, to be honest.
yeah,
More than I thought I would.
yeah, that's what it is for me. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much, but I definitely do.
Hmm.
Um,
Um,
and
yeah,
then
the college stuff. That was
it
this
ended
episode.
with the cliffhanger, and that was just like so exciting to see Omni
Yeah.
Man again.
Oh yeah, the ending was awesome.
So yeah, that's why I liked this episode. So what are your thoughts on it?
No, I agree with everything you said. Uh, for me personally, the what's his face, the alien guy? What was his name again? I can't remember.
Alan, Alan the alien.
Alan. Because I wanted to know about him so much too, but it just felt like why now? I don't know. It was just weird to me. Like this very much felt like a like you
Yeah,
said, like more building up.
yeah, that's one thing.
Like I
Like,
almost would have preferred a one-off episode like they did with Adam and Eve with Alan.
oh,
Or
true,
Adam
that
and
would have
Eve.
been interesting. Yeah, that might have worked better.
So that was my biggest issue. Like I liked it, but I wasn't like hooked like I am with the main
Yeah,
storyline.
to be fair, unless something crazy happens, they basically wrapped up the story. So it's not like there's another dangling
Yeah,
thread. It's so, but yeah, I could see what you mean. Like there's so
although you
many
never
things
know.
going on now, and they're just
And it
diverting
kind
to
of felt
something
like
else.
yeah, for like half an episode almost,
Yeah,
which I know they played into it with the narrator
yeah, which was
and the
kind of
end
funny.
credit scene, and I did like that stuff.
Yeah,
But but I didn't like it enough to give it above a 7. Like it wasn't like oh my god, this is amazing for me.
yeah, okay,
But of course the ending cliffhanger was awesome.
yeah. And
And
seeing Seance Dog, that was kind of funny. Just
yeah, that was
random.
funny. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I mean, and the other thing too is we didn't see a ton of all the other characters. I
yeah,
don't know. They're just again, this is I guess a complaint, but like if they do it right, it won't be a complaint. It's like we both keep saying, there's just so many storylines. Like,
yeah.
oh my god, like so many,
So many.
like freaking Game of Thrones style, so many.
Uh, yeah, like they introduced
So,
those lizard men, and then we haven't seen them in like 2 episodes. Like what? I don't know.
yeah, well, and then even Brainiac or whatever the heck his name is,
Yeah, true. We didn't see
and then
anything about
now you
him.
have that mixed with tying into episode 4, mixed in with the Viltrumites, that whole new storyline of like, hey, we're gonna destroy Earth if you don't
Yep.
conquer and listen to us. So it's like there's so many different like what's the main plot line? That or is it the Brainiac guy and multiverse stuff that we haven't even really dug into?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so much. There's so much, dude.
Yeah,
I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing if they do it right.
right. It could be if they screw it up, or it could be really good if
Yeah.
they
I
pay it
guess
off all
four.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, with episode 4, I'd give it a 9 because for me the good way outweighed my issues, way outweighed. That's hard to say. My issues. I man, just with Invincible and Omni Man. Like, God, I know, like, people are saying the comics, it's about, like, it's not just about them. There's so many characters, and I agree. Like, obviously, there's so
True.
many storylines. But my God, whenever Omni Man is in there with
Yeah.
Invincible, God, it just makes it so much more intense. Like, I feel like when I see them two together, it feels so much like much more heavy. Like the
Yeah.
storyline, does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. Honestly, one of the like it was very subtle, but like at the very beginning when Mark and Nolan are like standing off, and then Mark goes in for a hug, you can see Nolan like rear back like he's ready to punch, and I thought that was a really
uh
subtle way to be like, yeah, he's still like ready to mess Mark up
oh, he's
if
still ready when he has to. Yeah,
yeah
and it was so interesting because is so man, so he really did turn good, I guess. But like even in the middle of the fight, he was like, "Why do I care for these freaking
yeah
things?"
that was pretty
You,
intense.
you could tell like in his like inner fight with them, like this is stupid. I like,
Yeah,
I shouldn't care for these things. So, like it was really like, is he really gonna die?
I don't know, I have no clue. That's one thing, like
I mean,
I
I
don't
guess
know
they
what
could
they're
have been
doing with
another
that.
Omni Man for another universe, I guess.
True.
But that's my one issue with the multiverse is you could retcon so much.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
Um, but yeah, I think overall, so a couple issues I did have is I don't know. It was I don't want to say it was anticlimactic, but like I was wondering all season where's Omni Man. I guess I wasn't expecting this,
Yeah,
like him
I
to
was
bug
not
people.
expecting this. Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, I guess it was a little anti. I don't know. I guess I expected more flair at first, but like, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like it doesn't bother me enough to like really be a criticism. It was more so like an observation, I guess.
Yeah. The brother
Um,
thing also I was not expecting. That was
I wasn't either, and
I'm
is that going
interested
to
to
be another
like what
storyline?
happened to the brother? Is like did the Viltrumites take him, or is Mark going to have to take him? Like I'm curious where they
Yeah,
go with that.
yeah, because they ran deeper into the caves, and then we never saw them the rest of the episode, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So maybe Mark takes them back to Earth.
Oh god. I wonder how Debbie's going to feel about that.
I know.
Uh
So that could be a very interesting aspect because that kind of, and then that's also they age differently. So, like, at what point does he become older than Mark? Like, how
yeah.
much faster they age differently because of the species, or is it because of the planet? Because of species, right?
I think it's the species, yeah.
So, like,
So
because they still said he's aging faster than normal human, but not as fast as those bug species.
right. Yep, so it's somewhere in
But,
between.
so, like, because they said it was a year, right? And how old was that kid?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how old, but definitely older than a year.
Yeah. So that's
That's a good
so. I
point.
guess
So
that's
like eventually they'll be the same age and then eventually he'll be older. That's a weird, yeah.
yeah. So like maybe in the last few episodes or even next season. I don't read the comics, so I don't know what happens. But maybe like I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, like him fighting with his brother,
Yeah,
like well, fighting like together, like.
right. Yeah, that would be cool.
So that's another storyline.
Yeah, true.
I mean, so you got that whole aspect. You got the whole Viltrumites thing. God, Viltrumites are just brutal. They remind me of Klingons in Star Trek. They're just freaking brutal.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal.
Um, so then you got that storyline. Then you got, like I said, the multiverse thing. Then you got those lizard things, and then you still have the
Brainiac
global
guy,
tech, all those people. Oh, and then the duplicate guy or whatever, not duplicate,
the Martian guy,
the
Shapesmith.
Martian guy. And then you have the twins, the blue twin guys.
Yep, the Maulers.
You have a lot. There's so much, and that's good. So that's the reason I didn't give it a 10 out of 10. Is I don't think it's the best episode of the series,
Yeah.
uh,
So
and there's still to it.
a couple of reasons why I didn't give it a higher score is um I still I don't know, him being able to stand up and be able to live in that Viltrumite fight seems kind of like crazy to me with how crazy brutal the Viltrumites are.
Like slicing open stomachs and stuff.
Yeah. Um but I can like it didn't ruin my enjoyment, but I was still like, would that really happen? He just has to like not hold back and he'll survive. I don't know. Although he did,
Although his
he
dad, Omni Man, was helping a lot.
yeah, he was, and he did
And,
fight
and
Omni Man, so he did see how Viltrumites fight. So you could make an argument for that.
like you were saying, like Omni Man was trying to say, like you just hold back on Earth, don't hold back, kind of thing.
Yeah, like you literally can't hold back because you will die.
Yeah,
uh, um, and I thought the fight was good. I, but like with Viltrumites fighting Viltrumites, I want it to feel more like Man of Steel. That may sound kind of weird, but like in that movie,
yeah.
that's just like so
Oh yeah.
fast and like so much impact. I wanted to see a little bit more of that. And maybe we'll get that because I'm sure
Yeah, I
there'll
can
be
see
more
that.
Viltrumite fights. But it was definitely like brutal and violent, and I thought the fight was good. I was hoping for a little bit more, but it was still good.
Like it definitely wasn't like Mark and Nolan fight in season one
Yeah,
finale. Like,
yeah,
but so I can see that. I mean, the fight. I agree. I mean, it was brutal and it was cool, but when you're expecting, you're like almost like gods. You're
yeah,
expecting craziness. So, but maybe more so like on Earth. With the city around and stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's true. The environment may play a point in seeing
Um.
that kind of speed and yeah,
mhm. But no, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I know it's only half the season, but for me, it's still nowhere near season one for me. I don't want
yeah,
to say nowhere near, but like it's not season one level for me
yeah.
so
Not
far.
yet.
And again, we saw 4 episodes,
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. I
and
feel
I
like
don't
it could get there, but yeah, season one was
know
amazing.
how much of season one did we like more because it was so streamlined, like it was so focused. It felt
True.
like is that a big reason why? I'm trying to figure out why for me.
I don't know. It's also it was new. Like there's definitely that factor of like something
And
brand
I guess
new.
yeah,
Um
and no, and having the whole aspect of Nolan and Mark.
yeah,
Um,
and that fight, that honestly that fight between Nolan and Mark was like
God, those
that
those
made
last
the
two
season.
episodes of season one, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, they're building up. So,
Yep.
I'll reserve my judgment until the finale. And I'm still loving it. Like I still love it, obviously.
Yeah.
Better than Loki.
Your favorite.
My favorite. I love Loki show. I love it. Everyone loves it.
Oh yeah, and I have some other notes. There's still more we haven't even talked about in episode 4, like the whole Donald thing. Um
Oh, that's right. Yeah, another aspect. Yeah.
yeah, is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
a
yeah.
clone or is he a robot? Like that.
Well, because he tried cutting himself and like he bled, but did like the knife bend or something?
Yeah, it was like broken, which makes me think he's like robot or android. Maybe he's rebuilt as
How
an
does that
android, or I don't
how's
know.
that work though? So it's just fake blood? Fake flesh?
Well, android would have like some kind of, I don't know. I don't know.
Because then he would have been, unless he is a clone, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. I wonder where that's going, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is that a
Cause
big I'm sure a lot of these are a big thing in the comics, right?
yeah, probably.
But like
But we're
for
just seeing the
me,
breadcrumbs
like
so far.
yeah, like for me that storyline is interesting. But like I keep thinking, like, why is this a storyline?
Yeah. What's the
Like,
payoff?
yeah, where's this leading to? It seems to become part of like the global or whatever they're called
Oh,
eventually
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
powers or which would be awesome if he did that because I actually like him as a character.
Yeah, he's he's an interesting character.
Um, but yeah, I'm just upset we gotta wait so freaking long.
I know. Oh, and the Adam Eve storyline where she was like fighting that guy with the blaster arm, and then the
Oh yeah, what was going on with that?
I don't
Like,
know. I
what's
feel
up with
like she is. losing faith in her powers, or like not wanting to use them anymore, more and more because of her dad
That's what happened.
and what
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
So is that just like a villain of the week kind of thing for her?
Yeah, I guess so. Which there's just so much in the show. It's crazy.
I don't like. I'm watching it, and I swear, if you like don't pay attention for 5 minutes, you miss a whole storyline.
Yep.
But
Yep.
because like they keep moving to these different storylines.
Yep. Oh, and Debbie in the fourth one, she's like back on her feet, which was good to see.
Yeah, I like that conversation she had with what's his face.
Yeah, I forget his
Uh,
name, but
always, always like you pretty much lived without him. He was always gone.
yep.
Like you're the reason why
And you're the
this world's
stronger
taken.
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was
that's a
good.
good pick. I could see that convincing her and having a change of heart.
Yep.
Shoot, it convinced me. um, man, wait, I did miss a lot. There's so much.
Yeah, there's a lot in these episodes.
It almost makes you wonder. It's like 8 episodes enough with this kind of show.
I'm starting to think 8 episodes, 6 and 8 episodes are just too short for anything. It might as well be a movie at that point.
They're like,
Just I don't know.
yeah, and they're like 50-minute episodes too.
Yeah, and they're pretty long.
It's like maybe you're right. I think in anything, I think 10 is like the for me. Like, I think 10's the perfect amount.
Yeah,
There's not too much
especially
fluff, but you can.
for the like 40 to 50 minute episodes. I think 10 is good. For like shorter ones,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see longer.
Oh yeah, if
But
you're talking like comedies or something, or I
20
guess your
20
anime
minute,
and stuff.
yeah,
Like yeah.
anime, yeah.
Um. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had on on
Yep.
on
When
Invincible.
does episode 5 come out? In like 6 months or something?
Yeah, they said sometime of early next year, so I'm gonna assume I don't know April, May,
Okay.
June.
Yeah.
I think in the first half sometime,
Okay.
but I think later first half. I don't quote me on that. I think
Yeah.
that's what they said.
Dang.
So, which is annoying because we only got 4 episodes.
Yeah. And a
It's
pretty
like,
big cliffhanger with the whole what is Mark gonna do? What's happening with Nolan? Yeah.
yeah, this same Viltrumites, dude. If those guys didn't exist, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, and there'd still be plenty to do, apparently.
Oh yeah, like, yes, seriously. There definitely be plenty to do.
Okay, so that's Invincible. Is there anything else you've been playing or watching?
Um, I haven't watched anything else because we've been watching so much
Yeah,
things.
I actually did.
Um,
I watched a lot of Attack on Titan. I'm almost done with my rewatch. Oh, it's so good, dude.
oh my god, dude.
It's so
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Yeah,
I,
I've been
I don't
busy
watch
watching
anything else.
that.
Uh, I have been playing. I beat Mario Wonder,
Oh, nice.
and man, I did love that game. And man, those some of those levels towards the end are freaking hard.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Uh,
I watched
no, I
some
really,
and they did look hard.
yeah,
That's one
it's
I want to try.
I mean, you have like badges that can help you, but yeah, dude, like I haven't beat a 2D Mario game in quite a while, so this was like a
Yeah,
nice change of pace. Like I don't know, like I like the different style of it and the colors and the wonder seeds that
yeah, it
make
looks really
the
cool. That's
weird.
I'm very tempted to get Super Mario RPG and Mario Wonder with that, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Oh yeah, that will be my next one for the Switch is a Mario RPG.
Yep.
Eventually, I need to take a break from Mario, but eventually I need to continue Bloodborne too.
Oh yeah. Such a good
Uh,
game. I need to continue
I think
Spider-Man. I haven't been playing much except for Diablo because my wife's been so obsessed with it.
dang Diablo, you need to stop the Diablo, man. It'll eat your life away.
Tell my wife.
It'll eat your life away, man.
uh,
That's why like it's not even a problem. But like, man, when I played Diablo, like it's so hard to play other things like you're experiencing.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
It's just
that's kind of
grind,
why I like
grind, grind.
Switch games, man. That's
Yeah.
kind of I like the bite size, like Mario. Maybe that's why I like Mario so much.
Yeah. That's a good
Easy
bite-sized
to pick
game.
up, pick and play. Uh, another game I do want to go back and actually play. Uh, I actually surprisingly didn't play that much. Was Hogwarts Legacy.
You know, me too. I played a decent amount the first week and then kind of stopped playing it. That would be one I'd want to try again.
Yeah, I think I might try that eventually again too. Um, I don't know, just because I really liked it. I don't know why I stopped. I think I went on vacation to Phoenix, and then like I don't know. I just when I came back, I never picked it back up.
Yeah, I do that too. Something
Yeah,
throws
like
me
so
off and
I
then
really did enjoy. I was enjoying it.
yeah, it was pretty fun. It was cool. My favorite part was just running around the castle, seeing all the like, oh, there's this statue. Oh, there's this. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the kitchens. All
I was gonna
these.
say I think like 5 hours of gameplay, like 3 of them was just running around Hogwarts.
Yeah, I played more than that, but I don't remember how much more.
I literally think I just played like 5 hours. Like it wasn't a lot, but what I did play, I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, besides Mario Wonder, I've not played any other video game, and besides and other shows, that's it. I mean, I watched a easy Christmas movie with Kara. If you want to hear about that,
What Christmas movie?
a cheesy Christmas
Oh,
movie.
a cheesy
I
one.
don't even know what it's called, dude. Some cheesy,
uh,
Hallmarky Christmas movie.
yeah, nice. Was it good?
It was so stupid, but I actually I really actually don't mind watching it because like I make fun of it. The character gets so bad, but I just kind of cracks up because it's so easy to make fun of, dude. I'm
Yeah,
like I
that's
could act
funny.
better in this. I'll act out some scenes while they're doing it. Like, look, that's way better, isn't it?
That's hilarious.
So that's the only other things I don't even know what it's called, dude. It was
I can see
it
you really
was
left an impression.
Snowden.
Uh,
Yeah, it was on Netflix, so shout
gotcha.
out to Netflix for giving me the
Yeah,
beauty of Christmas movies.
nice. Yeah, the only other thing I've watched was the most recent episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, which again was
Mhm.
great. Season two
I know I need to keep
is
watching that.
amazing. Yeah, you're getting to a part that's like when they do the tournament stuff, it's really good at the part you're at.
Yeah. Now that we're kind of all caught up, I'll start watching that again.
Yeah,
So, um,
but yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh, and I
How many episodes are
also,
in season two so far?
huh? Say that again.
How many episodes are in season two so far?
I think that was like the 18th. I might be wrong. Let me see. Episodes. Okay, that was 17 that just came out. Or no, maybe it was 18 because that's the last. Yeah, so 18. And I think there's 24 in the season, in each season.
Sweet. You said you watched something else too?
No, I downloaded a Donkey Kong 64 randomizer, so I've been
Oh,
playing that. It has some cool quality of life fixes that makes the game not as grindy. Like you can switch Kongs just anywhere and like
that's
shorten the
nice.
boss fights and made more drops for like bananas and stuff. And it's been fun. I've only played it a couple days, but maybe one day I'll play that
Are
on
you gonna
here.
throw that up here next
Yeah,
podcast?
maybe next one. I'm still like it's been so long since I played that. And it's not like this game where I've played this game hundreds of times. So I'm
Yeah.
still learning the randomizer, but eventually, yeah.
I know people complain about Donkey Kong 64, but God, I love that game. Maybe it's because I
Yeah,
was a kid.
it's way better with the randomizer and all the changes they
I'm,
made.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good.
Sweet. Um, yeah, I think that's all I had this week.
Yeah, I think me
Well,
too.
I am gonna start doing questions,
Oh yeah.
polls on YouTube. Now, I want. What do you think? Do you think I should? Uh, do you think I should just like after each episode just have a question and then talk about it in our next episode or reveal the poll? Uh, but I guess my question to you is it should be about the next episode, right? So like next week, whatever episode we do, I'll post that question, in the next couple days.
Yeah, and then yeah, we could try that, and if we come up with other questions to do a poll on, we could do that too. So it doesn't necessarily always
Yeah,
have
we
to
can
be
also
about
do
that,
random
but
ones. Yeah,
yeah, but I
yeah,
think that's a good way to start to get some ideas.
yeah, yeah. Just I don't know, just even just question like simple ones like what's the best Hunger Games movie,
Yeah,
and list four.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Um, yeah. Besides that, I had nothing else this week.
Yep, me too. All right, everybody, thank you for joining the VGA podcast, and we will see you next week.
Peace.